And at least 3 people have reportedly been killed in Nigeria after protests turned violent in the northern part of the country. In response, 3 states have declared a 24-hour curfew to curb further violence. Thousands took to the streets on Thursday across the country, demanding better governance and an end to hunger, among other demands. DD India's correspondent Ajik Mangut reports from Abuja, where police fired several rounds of tear gas to disperse demonstrators.
Protesters in Nigeria's capital Abuja say they are struggling to buy food due to the rising cost of living. They say they've had enough of what they see as bad governance and are demanding change.
The demands are very simple. Nigerians are suffering. What can the government do? And if the government cannot do anything, the government should step aside.
We are tired. We want them to understand that our voice must be heard. We are not slaves. We are not cowards.
They should end hunger. They should end insecurity. They should end bad government. They should end poor health care.
Amid a heavy security presence, residents came out carrying placards, one reading, "End bad governance now." The protests have broken out after sharp rises this year in the cost of fuel, transportation, food and overall inflation.
Despite a last-minute attempt by the government to stop demonstrators from coming out, that has not discouraged these ones who have come out to air their grievances and their discontent about the economic hardship that they are currently going through.
Demonstrations had been restricted to the National Stadium by a court order after the government raised concerns the protests could turn violent. Many people, however, defied this order and marched through the streets. Police fired tear gas to disperse the crowd when they attempted to get to the National Assembly. Meanwhile, the northern states of Borno, Kano and Yobe declared a 24-hour curfew to prevent the escalation of violence. Analysts say the government should be cautious in its response, comparing this moment to how former President Muhammadu Buhari responded to protests in 2020.
How you handle this can haunt you in the next election. The NSAS protest, how Buhari handled it, he never got away with it. People still believe that he mishandled that NSAS protest. So government needs to fix that issue of petroleum products, affordability and accessibility, as well as fix the exchange rate that are seen to the high devaluation of Nigerian currency. But most importantly, let's reduce the size of government.
Nigeria's government has appealed for more time as it works to address economic challenges. Demonstrations are expected to continue for the next few days, but the police says it has put personnel on red alert to prevent further violence. Ajik Mangut in Abuja, reporting for DD India.